Good morning, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well. We have had a great couple of weeks with Belle, who's out here balling for us now. I wanted to give you guys an update on how she's doing, how the calf is doing, and show you a milking. I'm a little late on getting out to feed everybody, so everybody's going to follow me around until I get everybody fed. But Belle's balling, so we're going to bring Belle in the barn, let Trigger get on her and start his breakfast, and then we'll get everybody else fed. So y'all sit back and enjoy the craziness for a minute. So we're still having to tie Belle up right now. She still is not a fan of the calf, which is probably our fault. We've not done any sort of an attempt to graft, I guess, other than just put him on there. But he's doing good that way. He's still growing good and full belly, but she still likes to kick and move around. So one thing that I did do though is, instead of having a string around her and a set of hobbles, we bought a kick bar, and one end goes under her flank, the other goes up over her spine or hips or whatever, and it seems to work out really well. She still moves a bunch. The side, her right side, she was real touchy on at first, as far as letting him nurse, but she's a lot better with this thing on. She doesn't kick as much. Now on the left side, she still kicks a good bit. Alright, let's let Trigger out. And he has figured out to kind of stay on this side. Well, I'll say that and you watch him go to the other side. The Trigger's growing good. You can see how this kick bar goes up under her flank on this side, comes up over her spine and holds on. And it's really not as tight as I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be a little tighter, but it's as small as it gets. But it is a huge help on having her kick on this side and keep her from kicking. And he's gotten smart enough that he knows that thing's on that side, so he'll get under there and he'll reach all the way over. And then she can't kick him from on the other side. So when he gets done eating off of Belle, we have no real way to control him, and he doesn't want to go back to his pen, which we're going to let him out later today while we're outside and let him run around. But we've got this rope halter that we put on him to drag him back to the pen, and it's also kind of training him to a halter. So hopefully soon he'll be a lot easier to handle. We can just hook to him and walk him. But for right now, you can see, you can watch him. He does not like to be moved. And he's stout. Of course, he's full of milk right now, so he's adding some weight. But I'll show you some pictures of the kids working with him over the weekend out in the yard trying to move him around. Come on. And get him in here, and then once he stops pulling back, kind of release some pressure, love on him a little bit, and take that off. And then now we'll get to milking Bill. But we want to make sure to keep him up while we're milking her, because she doesn't really like him. So that'll cause her some frustrations while we're trying to milk, and we don't want that. Come on, slow down. Slow down. So in the mornings when we do this, every chicken, if you ever wanted to count the chickens, this is the time to do it. Because every one of them, and the ducks will all be here. Like, you see them all at the water hole. So we're still giving 2.5 scoops a day, or in the morning, and 2.5 at night, and you can see she spills most of it. She kind of eats like a kid. So we're still using this bar, or this positioning bar. Still gets her to move over good. And then the kick bar, it kind of flops around some when she's up here, but that kind of sits right there and holds a little pressure up too. It works out. But this way I don't have to hobble her or tie her, put the rope on her. A little trick that I found. Yeah. Yeah. Guinea's making her to talk.
Okay.
If I want her to move her foot back so I can sit down and milk and not have to reach around her leg. For right now, I'm putting my hand up here on the top of her butt, her hips, and pushing that way. And it kind of takes her weight off of this foot a little bit, and then I'll pull it back. And sometimes she kicks and doesn't like it. But I get her legs set right there. And that's the problem, like I was saying, how this thing's a little bit shorter than what I need. Or a little bit longer than what I need. At its shortest setting is because it does that. But reposition in a time or two, and hopefully it stays. Still using 2 buckets. That way I can throw milk out, or not throw it out, but make sure I don't lose it. If she kicks, lose all of it. But what a difference almost 3 weeks makes in her just being chill about this. I still take precautions. I still try to keep my arm up against her back leg if it's close enough to me. to just let her know that it's me back there, not the calf. And also, if you, it's kind of like when you're walking around the horse, you stay close to its back or its butt. That way, if it goes to kick, it doesn't have as far as it's kicking. It's not getting enough momentum. And that's kind of the thing with this too. If I keep close enough to her, if she goes to kick that leg, I can throw my arm into it, and it stops her from kicking, getting a full extension and hurting real bad. But we're getting about a gallon to a gallon and a half a day right now, and which is more than enough for us. Well, I say a gallon and a half a day. It's a gallon to a gallon and a half of milking, so it's 2 to 3 gallons a day is what we're getting from her, which is way more than we need. But that's with the calf on. We're still doing things kind of backwards, as far as what normal people do with the milk cows with a calf. We're letting the calf nurse first, get his fill, and then we're kind of coming in and cleaning up. Most people will pull the calf at night, milk first thing in the morning, turn the cow and the calf out together, and it might eventually get to that. It's just right now we have to keep an eye on him when he's nursing. We have to be able to control her a little bit because she still doesn't like him. We put him out in pasture with her the other day just to see what would happen, and they did all right for a while, and then she started headbutting him and trying to throw him around a little bit. So we're still keeping him separate until time to nurse. But it's working out good. It's almost like he's being bottle fed because he knows that when we come, he's going to get food. So he's still a friendly calf. So I kind of milk until my hands get tired, and then pour it into this bucket. It's got a lid on it.
Chicken in it. Ooh.
Alright, so we are getting to the end of her milk for today, I think. I'm going to finish milking this back quarter out, and then show you her kind of little regimen that we do with her at the end of the milking. Man, just when you think this thing is done, just keeps right on going. Alright, so we've gotten to the end of her supply for this morning. Just getting a little bit out of each teat now. So what I want to show you though is what I do after each time I milk her. Alright, so what I do when I get done milking is I've got udder balm, and I just take some of this and I put it on each teat. And what I've seen is that calf, when he first started with her a couple weeks ago, he was pretty much biting. He was using his teeth. So she's got some scabs, they're not open cuts right now, but they were at one point. And you can't see, but there's a couple right here on the front. So I just put this udder balm on them. It just keeps them moisturized, lets them heal. Put it all over that teat. And I'll put it on each one of them. They're all cut, and you'll find that they'll be cut on the side opposite of where the calf stands. So if he's standing on this side, this front teat will be cut on the back side. Same with this one. The one on the other side is cut on the inside. Most of them, that's how they'll be cut. And it's no fault of anybody's. Well, I guess maybe the calf, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So put that on, and then use the teat dip. handy little tool. Fill it up a little bit. Put that up on there. And that seals it. Kind of like an iodine mix too, and it helps to keep her from getting mastitis. So that's all we do, or that's all I'm doing right now. I'm gonna put her back out in the pasture and let her graze out there all day, and she'll be back in this evening and we'll do it all over again. So I'm hoping, hope you can look back and see, I'll link to video 1 of the series, day 1, and if you haven't seen them yet, watch day 1, 2, 3, and then today, and just look at the world of difference. The biggest thing that she's taught me is patience. The first 2 days, Sedgwill and I had said we're ready to sell this cow and buy a experienced cow, but she's turned off to be a really good cow for us. You can see I don't have the hobbles on her. I don't have the string over her now. I do have the kick bar on the other side, but that's it is what it is. It just helps us out. But she's turned into a really good cow, good milk cow. I'm anxious to see, hopefully next year, how she is with a baby of her own. See if that makes a difference as far as nursing or not. I really think it will. But anyway, but thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you would, so hit the subscribe button, share our channel with some of your friends and family, and we'll see you on the next video.